people, it's your girl back at it again. My name is Ann Mwangi, and yo, my god, we have over 3,500 subscribers. I cannot freaking believe this. I cannot believe this. The reason why I sat here today to do this video is because the last time I introduced myself on the channel and I was talking about how I moved to Germany, I had 400 subscribers. I went back to that video, I'm like, what? I used to have 400 subscribers? Like, yo, no way. A big thank you to each one of you that has subscribed to the channel. It really promotes me. It helps me really keep doing what I'm doing, and it really motivates me on a different level. The reason why I'm shooting this video today is because I want to reintroduce myself to the 3,500 people that have joined this small family. I am going to be telling you what I am, I mean who I am, what I do, everything about myself, and I'm also going to be giving you the agenda for 2022 for the channel. Before any further ado, you know we mostly talk about content of Germany, and if you're in need of any resources to learn your German from A1 to C1, make sure you click down on the description below. There's a link that takes you to my Telegram channel, and on that channel you can download the books for absolutely free and absolutely anytime. Like it's not like it's there for a short time or anything. You can always go there and download the book whenever you want them. Make sure to follow me on Instagram because I also often post Q&As there and we get to have a one-on-one talk. And make sure you also join my group on the Telegram channel because the people who have more experience also talk about the certain things we talk about on this channel. Away from that, thank you, like you personally, for subscribing to my channel. I am happy, I am thankful. It is absolutely amazing. Before I hop onto what I really do on the internet and who am I'm going to be telling you certain things about the things I want to be talking about, especially in the month of February. A lot of you have been asking me to do videos that concern other countries that are not Germany, and I'm going to be telling you the truth. The reason why I really passionately talk about Germany is because the education, even for foreigners in Germany, is free. Like the moment you want to come here and maybe work as an au pair and eventually go and join the university or start nursing school like I did, you either get paid to study or you pay nothing to study. You basically study for free. Unlike other countries, for example, like the States, where you have to pay tuition fee, you don't have to pay it in Germany. And that's why Germany is usually the main country I talk about, as well as for the reason that I also live here. And I was asked to do other videos for other countries. So in this week, particularly, I'm going to be talking about how you can become an au pair in Austria, how you can become an au pair in Denmark, and how you can become an au pair in the Netherlands. So stay tuned for the week so you cannot miss this content. Like if you've been trying Germany and it's not been working out, make sure you stay tuned for these 3 videos that are going to be coming in the course of the week. Now let's go directly to who is this girl? So my name is Ann Mwangi, like I said, and I am now 22, and when I moved to Germany I was 19. Like I cannot believe it. It's almost 3 years since I moved to this country, and it's really helped me grow. Like as you can tell, I've grown even physically, but it's really changed me and has improved me as well as challenged me. But I'm going to be telling you what happened, like how did I find myself here. I cleared high school in 2017, the end of 2017, and I started learning German in 2018. A lot of people ask me if I learned German in high school. No, I did not. We used to have German in my high school as a subject, and you could go and do German for 4 years as a subject, but my dad enrolled me for the course, and I only attended it like twice, and I was like, no, it ain't working, I don't want it. So I quit and I went to do agriculture. So I studied agriculture for 4 years instead of German. And then when I finished high school, I needed German. I needed the German I could have just studied in high school for free. So listen to your parents, bro. Listen to them. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. So in 2018, I started to learn German. A lot of people ask me, so where did you learn German? I learned my German at Goethe Institute, Nairobi. It's at Maendeleo House in town, Nairobi CBD, opposite, I think, Anniversary Towers. That's where I learned my German. So I learned A1, I learned A2, and I learned B1. I didn't do B1 course at German Goethe Institute. I got a private class from a teacher who was from this institute. I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this, but I got a private class for B1, but I eventually went back to Goethe Institute and did the Goethe Institute exam. How long did this take? So I started learning German in about January, and we used to learn it in trimesters. Like A1 would take 3 months, A2 would take another 3 months, B1 would take 3 months. There are also super intensive classes where you can shorten this time by half. So instead of 12 weeks for each course, you do it, I think, for 6 weeks each course. Exactly. I had started as that super intensive class, but then I eventually said, no, let me just do the 12 weeks course, because if I'm eventually going to need this language to use it every single day, then I would rather put in all the effort that I have to, so I can be able to speak the language. Yeah, so I did learn German from A1 to B1 in Kenya. I did do B1 exam also in Kenya. Some people ask me to share tips on how to pass the German exam. I think that should be an absolutely full video. I would do it because the thing about that exam, it's not really the syllabus that they test the application. And there's some tricks and turns on how you can pass this exam, because I also had people teach me how to pass this exam. And I did German B1 exam. So in the process of all this is about 9 months we're talking about, from the beginning of me starting to learn German to the time when I did my B1 exam. In between, I was informing myself of how I can move to Germany. That's when I came across things like Aupair. I came across volunteering in Germany. I also mentioned it on the channel, the requirements and everything. My brother, who lives here as well, did volunteer, and I did Aupair. So in the process of these 9 months when I'm learning German, I'm informing myself about these programs. And towards December, I finally got a host family. I had gotten one before, but when we started the paperwork, at some point they said, I think we would rather have an au pair from the European Union, because they don't need to apply for visa. As you know, the hardest part of this whole process is getting the visa. And don't worry, because I've also given some tips on how you can now make your application attractive enough to get you a visa. I say that because I have watched it work for so many people. Like, I think everybody who I was with in the German class and whom we remained in contact, they're all here. Like, the last one what does last mean? But the person who just came last also just came in, like, I don't know, last year, October or November, I'm not sure. But yeah, so I do have some sort of a community here, and I'm so thankful for all of them. And here I am having B1 certificate, and then I am still looking for host families on Aupair World. So I used to use Aupair World. By then, I know now you have to pay like a premium, I think like €50 for you to be able to get messages from host families. By then it was absolutely free, so I was able to communicate with many families. Of course, I did really get a lot of rejection. Like, most people really just want people who don't have to wait for their visa or anything. But don't be afraid to tell your host family that your visa does actually take long. So whoever wants to would just take you, you know. And if they don't want to, then they just don't want to, and it's also fine, you know. So if someone wants someone who's in the EU, it's fine, you know. I know it's disappointing for you, but it's also okay. I mean, look at it, it's their family, it's you know, it's about them. It's also about you, but it's mostly about them, you know. So in December of 2018, I did get a host family, and they were living in a state in Hanover, in a state in Germany. Yeah, and we did finalize on the paperwork. They sent me a contract. They sent me a health insurance copy, or like cover. They sent me address, residence, what do you call it, like Meldebescheinigung. They sent me proof of address and everything. So they sent me a lot of documents that I needed to be able to apply for the visa. A lot of people ask me, what did you say to convince these people? One, I could speak German. Like, I couldn't speak it perfectly. I mean, I had B1, and like, it's B1 on paper, it's not B1 practice, but I could understand enough German for me to be able at least to go around about a day in German. And I told them that I had goals to stay back in Germany. Like, my goal was not just to be here for a short time and then go. So told them that I wanted to stay here for long. I told them that I also wanted to do nursing, and like there was a lot of things that just show that you're really interested, and it means a lot for you if you can be able to get this program. And so I got the contract, and in 2018 December is when we finalized on the things, and then I think I got my paperwork in early January, because my appointment was on the 21st of January in 2019. So in January on 21st I had my appointment. I did of course prepare my documents. I've also shown you how to prepare your documents on this channel. Make sure you really just watch the videos. I have shown you what you need and how you need to prepare documents for the embassy. I had a motivational letter, and then I took also all the documents that my host family sent me with me to the embassy. Something else happened in between, but I think that's also a story for another day, because culture shock in Germany is insane. No problem. So I did go to the embassy, and luckily 10 days after, which is also my best friend's birthday, I got my visa on the 31st of January. I was actually at her place celebrating her birthday. I remember on the way there, like on the 30th, which is the day before her birthday, on the 30th, I was traveling to go see her, and then I got that SMS notification that said your passport has been discharged, you can go pick it at a certain courier service. But then it was G4S. So I just bought the ticket to like go to her place, to travel to where her uni is. And I got out of the bus, like I got out and I'm like, no, I gotta go pick my visa first. What are you talking about? And the thing is, this message, it doesn't usually tell you whether you have the visa or not. It just tells you your passport has been dispatched. So go pick your passport. You don't know whether there's the visa or it's not there. So I took it. I got the message and I went directly, like I got off the bus and I went back to Nairobi, and I hadn't left Nairobi per se, but we had started the journey. So I left and I went back to the courier service and I was like, yo, here, this is my message, my passport should be here, give it to me. And then they said no. They said no, when you get this message, you're supposed to show up the following day. I'm like, so why do they put the date here of today? Like, I was so irritated because I wasted money. Like, I just paid for my ticket now. Like, what are you talking about? So I went back and I did finally go to my best friend's place. We celebrated. I wasn't even telling her what the heck is going on because I couldn't sleep. Can you understand this? You've been waiting and working towards this thing for a whole year, and now you have the one simple information that's separating you from knowing whether it worked out or it did not. And you have to be there for your best friend. You have to celebrate her birthday with her. And you cannot spread the stress, like, you cannot spread the stress. So I was there, like, being super uncomfortable. And on the following day, I insisted, babe, I have to go. Like, girl, I gotta go. I got to go. And I didn't tell her why I had to go. Because, I mean, if it's negative, I want to, first of all, be able to process it on my own. And then maybe I don't even have to tell anyone, you know. Very toxic, but, you know. So I went back to Nairobi and I checked for my embassy. I checked at the courier service and my passport was there, and luckily my visa was there. Bro, I was happy. Lord, I will never forget this thing. I literally just saw the visa. I ran out of the building like ta 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 ta. It worked out. Are you kidding me? And then I was so confused, and then I came back and then I picked my passport. I called literally every single person you can think of and told them, yeah, it worked out. It worked out. So another friend of mine who also lives in Austria, we were also in the same German class, was in town. So I called her and she came and picked me up. We went together, we had food. And then I called my dad. My dad was in Mombasa, he was happy. I called my mom prayed, like, yo, God. My mom was there just being extremely thankful. And then I went back home. And that's how I got visa. And then I think I flew on the 16th of March of the same year. Like, I had like 6 weeks in between the day I got visa to the time I flew to the time I flew. And so I flew into Germany on 16th of March. I arrived here on the 17th of March, and my contract for the Aupair program was starting on the 18th of March. So I started my Aupair program. It did have its up and downs, but I did auf jeden Fall, like, sicherlich my German improved. That was the main goal for me to do this Aupair program, and I did actually get out of it having improved my German greatly. So mind you, I have B1. That's the last qualification I have of German, and I can do basically a lot with B1. You know, like A1 is literally just hi, how are you, what, not very basic, but with B1 at least you can articulate one or two things in German. So I taught myself B2. In the time when I was an au pair, I was doing teaching myself B2. And at some point, because the problem was not that I really wanted to teach myself, the thing was I couldn't get a course that was suitable to the working hours I had to work, because I had to take the kids to the kindergarten in the morning and pick them up in the evening. So if I had to have a class in between, that means I wouldn't do the little housework I was supposed to do. And I couldn't find a course that was actually in the evening because most of them were booked out or they were just expensive. And you know, you only get 50 euro from your host family every month for your German course. So in this time, for like 6 months, I didn't go to any course, but my German was improving because I'm working with kids and I'm living with natives. So it was getting better and better every day. And I bought, I think I even got it for free on Facebook. I one day went on Facebook and I was looking for someone who has a B2 book. And then I swear I found a lady whom we share a name. Like, my name is Mary Ann with a Y. And this one was a German. Her name was Marianne. I don't know whether they had an au pair as well or anything, but she read my name. Like, I posted it in a group in Germany. I was like, does anyone have a B2 book? I would like to buy it from you. And then she was like, oh, we have the same name. I'll send it to you. So I just sent her the address and she sent me the book. Like, wow. And then I just took my time. I comfortably learned B2 for like 6 months. And then at some point, I did get a C1 course that I was very happy with in terms of the working hours. And also the time to attend the class, and that it was a C1 course. And I think I paid 350 euro, which is relatively affordable for a C1 course. So I attended this C1 course that summer. It was between June and July of 2019, I think. June and July of 2019. And that's when that's the last time I attended a German course. Up to date, I've never gone to a German course anymore. So I didn't even do the C1 exam, but I got like the certification that I've attended C1 class. And immediately after this, I did a B2 exam, because why not? I mean, if I have C1, that means I'm going to pass B2 exam. So I just went ahead and did a B2 exam. And of course I passed. So it wasn't even a hard exam. Like, it wasn't even like TELC or Goethe or anything. It was just one random exam from the school I was doing my C1 at. And this was after doing my research of where I wanted to apply for the Ausbildung. So it's like about 6 or 7 months into the au pair. And I have my B2 certificate, I have my B1 certificate, and my German is really okay. Like, it's enough for me to start. Like, it's not perfect, but it was enough for me to start. So I looked around in Niedersachsen for places where I could apply. I did send a number of applications, a lot of them. Actually, I think I sent more than 10. Well, that's not a lot, but I did send quite a number of applications. And luckily, the first place where I got the interview, I came for the interview. They were very kind. They were really kind to me. And they asked me, what's that one thing that's separating you from joining us? I told them, if you guys offer an apartment, that's the absolute perfect solution for me, because if I can get an apartment, then that means I can comfortably join the nursing school program here. And so they told me, we're not really sure if we can offer you, but we really like you, so we'll give you a feedback by the end. But we'll give you a feedback. So, okay, I went home with a positive heart. I was like, okay, the interview wasn't really bad. Like, for a first interview, I think, like, it was like the second interview ever in my life. And it was okay. So I just went home and I stayed. My interview was on a Wednesday, and then on Saturday of that week, I went out. Like, I used to go and have hangouts in Hanover and everything. And then when I came back, I found I had a letter in the, what do you call it? Like, briefkasten, where you put in the letter. So I found a letter at home, and when I checked it, it was an acceptance letter. They'd accepted me to do the Ausbildung with them, and they were saying they were working towards finding an apartment for me, which is where I live today. It's not an apartment, but it's a dorm room, which I'm also going to be doing a dorm room tour soon. So subscribe to the channel. Yeah, and they accepted to give me accommodation, and that's why I stopped. Like every other place I got invited to an interview where I had applied before, I just rejected because I mean I was like I already have one and I'm really happy with them. It is a place where I want to stay. They're offering me accommodation. The pay is okay, and they seemed kind. Like they didn't seem extremely strict or anything. So this is about September of the year 2019. The Ausbildung was supposed to start the following year in April, and a lot of things happened in between, but you know, God is great because luckily I did make it through to April, and shortly before the beginning of the Ausbildung, I came in here and I moved in here. I didn't have nothing, absolutely nothing. I only had clothes. I remember my friend Carol gave me literally from as little as bed sheets to start off, at least here where I live today, where everything is pink today because, you know, why not? Why not? And I started here. So unfortunately, after living here for like a week or so, I caught COVID. Like, I'm so close to starting my Ausbildung. I caught COVID and I had to be on quarantine for 21 days. I don't even know, but that was really a really low moment for me. Especially because it was early 2022. It was literally, the COVID outbreak was still just very fresh. And you're here catching COVID, you haven't even started your Ausbildung, you're coming from some weird type of challenges and everything. So I wasn't really happy at that time. But after I survived COVID, here I am today. I mean, I came out of the quarantine, I went to class, and 6 months after we did a probation exam that checks whether they keep you in the Ausbildung or not. I passed the exam, and yeah, so I went on with the Ausbildung, and today as we speak, I'm literally completing the second year of my Ausbildung. I am only left with 1 year in the Ausbildung to officially become a nurse in Germany. And yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know if I missed anything. There's a lot that happened during my Aupair time, and I have done a story time on that because I actually eventually got fired. I did eventually get fired because of some misunderstandings, but it's okay, no problem. We all made it through, and my life is better today, and I'm thankful. I guess that's it to reintroducing myself on the internet. And so why do I do the videos that I do? Because when I moved here, the thing is, when I was preparing to move here, I told a lot of people, I used to tell people I'm going to move to Germany. Like, I don't know what you think, but I'm moving to Germany, and people didn't believe me. Like, no one trusted me at all except my parents, and mostly because my brother was also here, so they knew it works. But when I moved here, a lot of people wanted to know how, and I was really like ready to answer anyone who's interested, you know, like this is how to do it, blah blah blah. At some point it just became too much, like, and then I said, okay, I'll just post YouTube videos, and whoever needs the information will go there and find it. Little did I know 3,500 people of you would be subscribed to my channel today. Like, what the heck, yo? So that is basically my reintroduction to the internet, and yeah, that's why I do what I do, because I believe it works, because it's worked for me. And it doesn't, of course, work out for everyone. It's also not an easy path. Nobody also will believe in you if you tell them you're going to, I don't know, move to Germany to volunteer at an organization, or to live with a German family for some time before you root yourself and everything. But if you put your head into it, it may work out. So, you know. So that was me, a whole 20 something minutes of the video. I hope when I edit it, I'll be able to take out some footage so it make it shorter. But yes, that is me, that is Mary Ann, and that is why you get to see my videos. I hope you enjoyed, and you guys have a lovely time. Aside from this, I hope you stay happy and stay motivated and keep pushing, because period, like, there's no other way out. Just keep pushing.